Thornhill.
Conservatives have been asking this government to release the metrics and the science they've been using to justify the travel restrictions and mandates. Last week, no one in this House could produce any. Today, at committee, the Transport Minister finally admitted that he has specific advice that led to the decisions to keep the random testing of 4,000 passengers a day and the mandates for domestic travel in place. If he has it, why is it a secret? And will he tell everyone in this House what his colleagues were unable to tell us last week?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Il n'y a pas de secret.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's no secret. The data are available. Let's take an example. 173,000. This is the number of deaths I could have avoided if in the United States they had a higher vaccination rate as we do in Canada. That said, Mr. Speaker, in Canada, we need to make even greater efforts. Our vaccination rate for the third dose will continue to rise to protect ourselves from the pandemic.
Well, our airports are still in the news for their worsening delays, and the minister blames travellers, and the parliamentary secretary has now taken to blaming stakeholders. He has the health advice, but no one is allowed to see it. That means it's a secret. This prime minister once said that Canadians deserve the most transparent and open government in the world. Would the minister describe refusing to release the scientific evidence as actions of the world's most transparent government, or will he just do the right thing and get back to pre-pandemic normal?
The Honourable Minister of Health. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm always pleased to talk about science. It's an extremely important context. The number of 138,000 hospitalizations that in the UK that were avoided because of their vaccination rate. They need to protect their families. Thank you.
Major Canyon.
Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, this government refuses to tell Canadians what scientific advice they have received in regards to travel mandates, if any. Worse yet, while denying and delaying, they're ignoring programs like Nexus that significantly reduce wait times during travel. Just this morning, the Canadian press reported that the backlog of applications has ballooned to nearly 300,000. Wow. Why does this government have so much trouble handling the basic things Canadians expect of them?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. A basic number, 690,000. That's the number of hospitalizations, Mr. Speaker, which the United States would have avoided just in the last few months during Omicron had they had a high vaccination rate as the one we have in Canada. As I said earlier, Mr. Speaker, there is more work to do because, unfortunately, however difficult it may be for some to hear and understand, the pandemic is still with us and we need to keep fighting it.
Listen to the applause from the back.
We'll just take a spot and then wait a second here.